If you were in elementary school back in 2006, then you would know that there were 9 planets. Wait, 9 planets? Yeah, that's Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Yes, back in 2006, Pluto was considered a planet. So, what happened to Pluto? It's not gone anywhere. It's still out there as a cold and icy planet. Now, as the technology is growing, we have more knowledge than we had 100 years ago. So, Pluto hasn't changed, but the understanding of it has changed. Pluto was discovered back in the 1930s. So, what do you think? Pluto should be a planet or not? Give me your opinion in the comments. The definition of a planet has changed over time. But from the age of Galileo till the 19th century, it referred to any object orbiting the Sun. It seemed good until the year 1801 when scientists discovered Ceres, a planet which is in orbit between Mars and Jupiter near the asteroid belt. It seemed that Ceres was only half the radius of Earth's moon. After that, in the year 1802, the astronomy community was surprised with the discovery of another planet, Pallas. Then they found another a few years later, and another, and another. When it turned into thousands, it was time to re-evaluate some definitions. Astronomers found out that the rocks had more in common with each other than any other planets. They were tiny, they had less mass, and the vast majority of them weren't even spherical. These small things came to be known as the asteroids in the asteroid belt. Soon after that, the world went back studying the same old 7 planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus. Neptune made it in 1846, with Pluto joining the party 84 years later in 1930. Pluto was the size of Uranus when it was discovered. It kept shrinking. The year after its discovery, it got small as the size of Earth. It kept shrinking and now is only 1 out of 459 the size of Earth and is only twice the size of Ceres. Pluto's planet status was still very wrong. In 1978, astronomers discovered Pluto's moon Charon. At first, it seemed to be a strong evidence in Pluto's favor. In fact, they are similar in mass for Charon to unnoticeably affect Pluto's orbit around the Sun, causing it to wobble to and fro as it travels through space. That is really a unplanet-like behavior. And that name of a planet really felt uncomfortable to many astronomers. And they felt more uncomfortable every time a new Pluto-like object was discovered beyond Neptune's orbit. Pluto had been in the list for decades until then. All that changed with the discovery of Eris in 2005. While Eris is smaller than Pluto, its initial measurements placed it as somewhat more massive. This brought one more strike to Pluto as a planet. And in 2006, the IAU decided to revise a planet's definition of what is or not a planet. An object was fit to be a planet with only these 3 qualifications. The object must be spherical or somewhat spherical in shape. The object must orbit the Sun. Pluto clears both these classifications but runs in trouble with the third one. It must have cleared the neighborhood. Clearing the neighborhood means that there are no nearby objects other than its own satellites. Pluto has failed to accomplish this. There are still scientists who disagree to this definition. They say to strike out the last 2 classifications, but striking out the last 2 of them would add our moon and other moons of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, and not leaving Eris and Charon and even a whole bunch of asteroids and other objects. However, this definition would take 8 planets to 115. If Mercury were somewhere in between the orbit of Jupiter, then it would too fail the classification of a planet. And if Earth was somewhere between the Oort cloud, then it would too fail as the same as Pluto.